Hey now guys, what is happening? I am back with a late night review. Sanitizer just went right in my face. A late night review of Incredible Hulk Volume 3. The Leader Lives. I knew the title. I just want to see if you guys knew. Yes, the Leader lives, guys. And as the title suggests, the Leader does return back from the dead to menace the Incredible Hulk. Nice little 3-part storyline there from 115 to 117. We get the Leader returning to... what a dumb storyline, too. It's like the Leader actually tricks General Thunderbolt Ross and Talbot and even Betty to trust him in capturing the Hulk for the betterment of them, so that the Hulk would stop rampaging. And they're like, okay, we trust you. Oh, actually, no, they didn't trust him, but they gave him the go-ahead to come up with this this plasticine prison to keep the Hulk contained. But it was actually just a way to keep the Hulk out of the way so that the Leader can trigger World War III, an atomic nuclear missile attack. So that was 115, 16 to 17. But going back, I should say, this volume covers Astonishing Tales, Tales to Astonish, 97 to 101. That closes out that title, and it becomes The Incredible Hulk with 102. So now we're in 1968. This covers 67 to 69. So we're now at the end of the 60s here. So there's hippies, flower children, Woodstock, Vietnam, all that stuff. Oddly enough, though, none of that actually features in this volume, but we're there. In our universe, all that crap was going on, but we don't see any of that in the Hulk book. It's mainly Hulk fighting, not communists now, but he's fighting space aliens. He's fighting Kazar and Zabu. Yeah, he ends up in the Savage Land in 109, 110. He fights the Sandman and the Mandarin together. At first he fights Sandman. No, he gets shanghaied in space in 111, 112. Then 113, 114. He fights Sandman first in 113. Then the Mandarin shows up in 114. Then we had the Leader in 115, 116, 117. Not Brand number 9. Who cares? Totally unfunny. Just a lot of dialogue. But if you guys are curious, the inedible Bulk fights the sunk Mariner. Oh, God. I'm not going to even go there. Forget it. It's just terribly unfunny. Marvel's attempt at being Mad Magazine. 97, 98, 99. Oh, that was the big one. That was the one where they fight the Living Lightning. Where, for those of you who are not familiar, the Legion of the Living Lightning, excuse me. Miguel Santos, who was the Living Lightning, who was a member of the Avengers West Coast. Well, I thought he was a stupid character anyway. So apparently the story was his father was a member, or maybe he was the Lightning Lord, or the Lord of the Lightning Legion douchebags. But in 97, 8, and 9, Hulk fights the Legion of the Living Lightning, and that had something to do with Miguel. I forget, but I remember I read it somewhere that this was the debut of that group. And eventually Miguel Santos, who would become Living Lightning, becomes a member of the Avengers West Coast to make up for his father. It was his father, yeah. It was make up for his father being a villain. These are bad guys. It's interesting because Hulk accidentally crashes into one of the members' planes while jumping. And then they're like, oh, the guy's like, oh, I'm injured. Oh, but you must come with me and meet my people. We're friends and we'll be friends, And Hulk is so stupid. I know the point is that Hulk is like a dumbass, like Frankenstein, and he trusts people even though he hates people. I don't know what Stan Lee's going for with this push and pull thing. One minute, like, he's ready to be embraced. The next minute, something pushes him, to go crazy, and then people are scared of him. People hate him. But then people want to love him, but he hates people, but then he wants people to love him, and then they hate him. It's just a whole back and forth push and pull thing. And it's so repetitive, and it's so apropos as to what's the problem with Stan Lee's writing is. And I know I'm not going to go into it, guys, because I did it last video. But while Stanley has great ideas, his execution, his understanding of characterization, circumstances, situations, obstacles is just garbage. It's caca. It's shit. Okay, that's his problem, and we're not gonna. It's like reading Charles Dickens. It's just a whole different language. And there were a lot of really dumbass, stupid, naive people in the '60s. Okay, and I always say I think Stanley wrote for children. That he expected that they were gonna just toss the comic books in the garbage. Oh, it's funny. Sometimes in some of these Milestone books, he would say this book is destined to be a collector's edition. Avengers #4 had that too, interestingly enough. So maybe he knew that these comic books would be worth keeping. Anyway, I digress. But Stanley, and part of the problem I have with the Hulk at this point is that he's so petulant. He's so dogmatic in his way of being. So I'm the Hulk. Nothing can stop me. I'm not afraid. You can't hold me. It's always this where it's his arrogance, petulance, his arrogance. Hulk is so. I just would love for somebody to just knock like the Thing from the Fantastic Four. I would just love to see the Hulk get his ass knocked out, and he'll be like, "Gee, the Hulk got defeated. I cannot believe that." The Hulk went through that the Thing went through that with the Hulk, I think at one point. But he's always like, "Yeah, but nobody can stop me. I'm the idol of millions. I'm Bashful Benjamin, Aunt Petunia's favorite nephew." Shut up, you idiot. The Thing. I love the Thing, by the way, but just shut up. I hate people who are so arrogant and think they're like that are above it. And Hulk is like that. Hulk just doesn't shut the fuck up. He's just always, I'm Hulk. I'm invincible. Nothing can kill me. Shut up, idiot. I actually enjoy when he turns back into Banner because at least I can give because I read out loud. I can give my throat a rest and be like, "Oh, gee, Betty, I'm Bruce Banner." Anyway, one day I'm gonna make a video and show you guys how I read comic books. It's funny. So that happens. Then we have the issue 100. I filibuster a lot, guys. Pardon me. We have issue 100, which has so now we've combined. They combined Hulk and Submariner, who were sharing Tales to Astonish, into one story with issue 100, which I actually was pretty cool. It was a pretty good. I wonder how Submariner's lead up to 100 is, because that hasn't been released yet, because they've not released volume 2 of Namor the Submariner. Hopefully it's soon. But in issue 100, Hulk and Submariner fight each other because the Puppet Master uses the Hulk to destroy the Submariner, which actually, interestingly enough, is parodied in Not Brand X number 9 in this volume 3, by the way. And then we have 102, 103. What was it? 102? 102. I know the first annual one was the Hulk. That was actually pretty good. It was like 52 pages. It was like the Hulk and the Inhumans fighting Maximus the Mad and these 6 prisoners. What was it? Leonis. There was Timberius. There was Falcona. There were 6 of them. There was Nebulo, the Shadow Man. It was like six characters. It was pretty cool. Black Bolt is in there. Black Bolt, Gorgon of the Inhumans. But there's no Medusa, no Triton, no Karnak, no Crystal. Maximus is there, and of course Maximus plots to get the crown. And Hulk just destroys the Great Refuge. I loved it. It was just aimless, just destruction for 52 pages. And then he finally helps the Inhumans stop Maximus. And the prisoners. I forgot. What was 102, 3, 4, 5? 105 is this cover, by the way. That's this. This is 105. And this is 113, I think, where he fights Sandman. Sandman in this really dorky costume. I don't like it. And he fights Kazar. I think I mentioned that. Kazar and Zabu in 109, 110. Now let's see. Hold on a second. Because I don't want to. Oh yeah, he fights the. Oh yeah, this dude, this Russian dude who's like the Russian version of Nick Fury, Brevlov. Nick Fury also appears in here. Yeah, 105, 106 has him fighting this creature. As far as the writing goes, Gary Friedrich steps in after Stan Lee leaves Tales to Astonish 101. Stanley comes back with 108. 108 through, I guess, 119. I looked it up. So he's in this volume from 108 to 117. Gary Friedrich, I think, was not a competent writer or a dependable writer. So they brought in like Bill Everett and Archie Goodwin. Bill Everett, the penciler, to write a story or write the script. I think Roy Thomas. No, was it Roy Thomas? I think Roy Thomas is in the next volume. But we got a lot of Marie Severin. And I don't want to say, well, for a woman, she was a good penciler, but honestly, she really was, so far by far, the best penciler. Now, Herb Trimpe is actually the penciler. He was the inker under Marie Severin, and now he's the penciler with Stan Lee's writing. So, by the way, I just want to say, Stan Lee's writing actually has gotten better in this volume, only that he's condensed the, I mean, let me tell you guys, I read 10 issues today within a good 3 hours time combined. I took a break, of course, but like, I don't know if you guys can see, but this is, what issue is this? This is, hold on. This is, okay, so this is 115 when the leader comes back, 115. I mean, the art, the dialogue is still crap. It's still like, 60s, but there's not that much dialogue. He actually allows this is Herb Trimpe doing the pencils. He actually allows the art to tell the story, and there's very little dialogue, very little boxes, as opposed to like earlier in the book where he's like nothing but dialogue. This is early in like 1967, but by 1968, 69, I think he smoked some grass and started to mellow. Stanley, I'm talking about. Stanley probably smoked some grass and began to mellow out with his writing. And it was just a fast read. I mean, it's amazing how, like I said, Stanley 1 minute is a really piece of shit writer, and the next minute he's actually pretty decent. At best, he's pretty decent. At worst, he's shitty. So that's Stan Lee, Herb Trimpe's pencils, Marie Severin, good stuff all around. Nothing really like mind blowing, but the stories are starting to get a little bit more modern in the sense that the characters talk like normal people, even though it's still goofy Stan Lee stuff. But I have a feeling come volume 4, In the Hands of Hydra, right here, hold on, right here, In the Hands of Hydra, I actually, not gonna lie guys, I actually paid like over $100 for this book from Canada. The seller sold it to me from Canada on eBay. I don't care. You guys can make whatever comments, leave your comments down below and be like, you dumb fuck. $14-15 for this? I don't care, guys. I'm a collector, okay? No fucks given, no regrets. But this is going to be the next, the next volume, In the Hands of Hydra, volume 4, covering 1969 to 1971. So we're now blasting our way into the 70s, and we simply have Roy Thomas and Herb Trimpe doing the writing and pencils, respectively. And I look forward to it. I think, let's see, it's going to cover 118 to 137 of Incredible Hulk and Marvel Superheroes number 16. So that's about what, 21 issues in this. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, guys. All right, I'm going to go to bed because I am so tired. Leave your comments down below, like or don't like, whatever you decide, guys. But I will see you next time in a couple days. Don't mind my undressing here. It's my bathrobe. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.